Hey, good morning. Welcome in. Welcome to the channel. So happy to have you here. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to be looking at the collective energy for today, March 19th. Yeah, Tuesday, March 19th. So welcome in. I hope things are going well for you. I hope your week is off to a good start. As a little heads up, I am going to be switching up the videos at the channel. I'll be uploading zodiac readings and reshuffling some of the other things. The collectives will be in shorts from now on. We're moving into Aries season. We're moving into Aries season tomorrow, so I thought it would be fun, new zodiac year, kind of change up the vibe a little bit, right? It's been pretty heavy. There's been a lot going on for us. And, there's just, I don't know, it hasn't been horrid, right? We're actually, astrologically, we're seeing a lot more reprieve in the energy today, which is appreciated. We need it, right? So for all those places that we're coming into challenges, obstacles, we're struggling a little bit, we'll start with an energy clearing. I'm using some sage, cleanse out the energy, just any blocks that we have in front of us right now, or places that we can't really see things clearly. You can totally participate on your end if you would like. Grab a smudge bundle, or just receive what I'm doing on mine. This is a great time to set intention as well. What you would like to hear, what questions you would like answered through this reading, etc. I do personal readings. If you want something more specified to you, definitely hit me up. All that info is in the description box below. And yeah, just make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It helps grow the channel, and I appreciate all the support always. All right, so with that, I think this is ready. Let's get going. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is blocking the highest and best messages from coming through: fear, doubt, insecurity, lack of worth, value. Help make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Cleanse our heart, mind, soul. Thank you, Father God, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Mama. Amen. Amen. All right, so happy Tuesday. These messages are timeless. I mean, I just say the day that I'm recording them because of the energy that comes through, but as long as the messages resonate, they're meant for you. Use your discernment. Mars is Mars is the planet that governs Tuesday, which is a lot of energy. It's a lot of action, fire. It rules Aries and Scorpio. And it is like that quintessential, when we set our intentions, taking action towards those things. It is about being assertive. It is about standing in courage, in our power, and not being afraid to go after what we want. Sometimes it can be a little bit aggressive, right? And this energy of healing has been coming up a lot for us. I'm hearing that spirit. The action potential right now is putting it towards our wellness, health, wellness, our growth, our evolution. I know that's not always the most fun things to be focusing on in life, right? Like, we just kind of want to do things and have them work out. But that's the beauty of intention, is it really helps focus, right? Hone in on what we're trying to achieve. Instead of just like, crossing our fingers and hoping that it comes through, hoping that, whatever we're doing will gain momentum, etc. It's putting intentional energy towards those things. Like I said, we have a lot more harmonious aspects in the astrology today, which I really like. The moon is just experiencing some resistance, which is pretty typical. We have a lot of water energy still today. That's been a theme. So emotions are running high. There's just a lot. We're feeling the feels, especially around those things that didn't work out, that weren't exactly how we had hoped, planned, or anticipated. So be gentle with yourself. Be gentle in the way that you communicate, not only to yourself, but with others as well. And, really take note of any resistance that comes up for you. Resistance in terms of pursuing the things that your heart wants. Maybe it doesn't feel comfortable. Maybe you have to make choices that are unusual or difficult, things that you wouldn't normally do. And I get it. It's not fun, right? Because again, we want to be comfortable. And especially when it is playing off of our emotions, right? Especially when we're feeling a certain kind of way around things. Neptune is still in Pisces, so it's that double water energy. Neptune is all about the spiritual world. It's our intuitive messages. It's our dream life, the subconscious, etc. And so we could be having just a lot go on, right? In that feeling emotional state, especially in our dream life. We've been working through a lot of different things that need healing, that need love. And those things come up in our dreams, right? It also is this value of kind of in order to be proactive, right, setting aside time for you to think, contemplate, just kind of evaluate, reflect on where you've been, where you've come from, etc. So in your environment, we're getting a lot of triggering that's been popping up lately. It's either you or them. It's either, or a situation that is doing this triggering. People, excuse me, can't really handle the changes that are happening. It's interesting with Pluto moving into Aquarius. That really governs that transformation that we're all going through, that cycle shift. If we haven't been doing the work, well, even if we have been, it's scary. It's scary regardless, because there's a lot of unknown in front of us. And I feel like with this trigger card in your environment, this is someone who's trying to hold on to the past, to control it, to dictate how things evolve. They're having a really hard time with the change, the new, because you're doing your own thing. You're out seeking, right, new experiences, new opportunities, seeing new people, places, and things. You keep broadening your horizons. And it's interesting, right, because no one's paying attention to each other. It's a lot of, I want to say selfish energy, and selfishness isn't always bad. It's interesting because in your environment, obviously this being triggered, this kind of energy of anger, control, frustration, that aggression, Mars definitely governs those values. That to me is a little bit more resistant, maybe stirring, creating drama. We saw that yesterday. Just having a really hard time. That's what I keep hearing. Having a hard time with how things are moving, where you're more okay, I'm doing my thing. If something doesn't work, if it doesn't fit, I'm seeing what else does. Yeah, I heard it in this way of you're constantly looking for your abundance. You're not going to sell yourself short. If something doesn't fit, it's not like you're going to stick around and wait a long time to see if it makes sense, right? Because you've been there, done that with this energy here that you're separating yourself from, that you're constantly moving away from. And it actually is giving you the direction that you need. Is that compassion? Oh, I thought it was a compass. Well, it is a compass, which that's what I'm hearing, right? I feel like the way things are playing out, the way people are acting, behaving, what they're saying to your face, what you're hearing that they're saying behind your back, all that kind of stuff is, it's giving you direction as to what is more heart honoring, what is satisfying and fulfilling. But there is this level of needing to have compassion through the process, just like we want people to have grace towards us when we're going through a rough time, when we need to sort things out, so do we want to extend that hand of grace to others. It doesn't mean that you have to be a doormat. It doesn't mean that you have to be, you know, a target for all their bullshit, right? Like whatever they're trying to throw at you. You don't have to get involved. You don't have to take responsibility for that. But, you know, there's still just a way to validate. Yeah, that must be really hard, you know, and move on from there. This is a lot surrounding our home or our safe environment, our family, our chosen family, the people that have been surrounding us, and the way that we feel nurtured and protected. It's kind of hard to do that, especially when there's a lot of instability in our home life, you know, or with people that, you know, our family or they're our chosen family, however that plays out for you. It's feeling really unsafe. I feel like it's like part of you, the reason that, you know, in some ways that you're kind of getting out of it is because you don't want to be around it. Sorry, guys. Just a little bit coffee this morning. You know, you're looking for a safe space to kind of hide and to hermit so you don't have to deal with someone's like anger and aggression and, you know, all their emotions, right? Emotions are running high today. I know I already said that. I know that's been a theme for a while. I say that a lot in videos, but literally it's just a very high energy element right now. Sorry. I need to slow down. My words aren't coming out very fluidly. Okay, yeah, so disillusionment. So this also, I mean, it's been popping up for us on the regular. It really is kind of breaking apart those illusions, what has been in the past, the way that things have been represented. You know, and you got to keep pushing forward is what I'm hearing. Yeah. Escape. Like, I feel like as long as you have to be dealing with this person or situation, it's finding ways to just like escape all the chaos and the noise and not be take on so much responsibility for it, right? Like I said, you can validate, but you don't have to pick it up. You can say, yeah, that's difficult, but I gotta go do my thing now. I gotta go to work. You know, people have to find other support is what I'm hearing, especially if this is a dynamic where there's tension and frustration between you and this other person or situation. You have to know how to take care of yourself, right? Create an exit plan for yourself. Because all the conflict, all the chaos, it's causing so much stress, so much burden, right? We saw that yesterday, that theme of creating better boundaries for ourselves. That's really going to eliminate some of that chaos that we've been feeling. I know it's easier said than done, especially if it's an intimate relationship, someone we've known for a long time, someone we're used to taking responsibility for, etc. Excuse me. It's hard to separate ourselves from that. I get that 100%, right? We create habits, patterns, dynamics, and relationships, and in the very beginning, and when we do, if we're not cognizant, that can snowball, right? Yeah. So we have King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy getting triggered today. This could be a boss. This could be someone that you work with, that you have financial dealings with. Knight of Swords is about taking a plan of action, making a plan of action, right? So there's two different energies that are being triggered right now that are in your environment that are kind of like, you know, I don't know. It's like a tug of war. That's what I'm hearing. Survival of the fittest. Who can come out on top is what I'm hearing. There is this need to be the one in control. It goes back to those original channeled messages that were coming through. The need to be in control of you, of how you're doing things. And honestly, like, I'm hearing you're kind of like in this happy little bubble. I think that whatever this situation is over here, it is causing a lot of drama and chaos. We've kind of been seeing this on the regular, so it makes a lot of sense. Sometimes people just don't know when to quit. Sometimes they need to get a hobby, focus on something else. But until they learn that, unfortunately, they just might be all up in your business. So you have new love coming through, Ace of Cups, new love, new opportunity. If you are happily partnered, this can just be a beautiful new friendship, new relationship, new partnership. It doesn't have to be romantic, but with our Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups, there's a lot of gorgeous energy, a lot of love energy around it. Queen of Cups is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So it is that embodiment of feminine love, intuition, nurture, support. She's just really honoring to our heart, to our emotions, what we see, sense, and feel. I'm hearing you're picking up a lot of messages intuitively about this new beginning, especially if it hasn't arrived in your environment quite yet. But you know that it's coming, you know that it's around, so you're putting yourself out there, right? You're seeking new opportunities, seeing what fits for you, what feels good. Meanwhile, these people over here are getting all pissed off, right? They want attention, but they don't want to give it to you, especially with that Nine of Pentacles energy. They're spying on you. They want to know what you're doing. They want to see what you're up to, but they're not necessarily going to say anything. Or if they do say something, it's going to be something that's kind of mean and nasty is what I'm hearing. Yeah, that Devil, because they are in such a low vibrational energy. And I feel like you're picking up a lot of that projections. It can be something that, it's part of your triggering that comes up, right? Or the fears, the feeling of unworthiness. Maybe I don't deserve this. Maybe this is not what I want. Or is this too much like the past, right? Excuse me. Being afraid that the new opportunities that are coming in feel really, similar to what you've been dealing with before. Yeah, but this is honestly, it's just because of the old paradigms that are being broken around you. The old paradigms, not only in your relationships, but also within yourself. Right? Like spirit has to, like I'm seeing one of those cement crushers, right? I don't know what they're called, so I apologize. But like it's, we create these like energetic dynamics that are so intense, right? That are so ingrained in us. And when we have these devil tower moments, it's about spirit saying like, this doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So let's crush it all, right? Demolish it and start fresh, start new. And you have both in your energy, right? So this is so crazy. You have this one energy of love, beauty, nurture, support, new beginnings that are amazing. And then this energy of chaos and destruction. And I feel like this devil tower is definitely part of past lingering energies, things that you're leaving behind, like I said, not only with your relationships, but also within yourself, the way you've seen yourself, how you believe about yourself, what you think and feel you deserve, right? Because you don't want to make the same mistakes over. That's a non-negotiable at this point. Ten of Swords energy, having compassion towards yourself, towards others, people, places, and things that you're leaving behind, but also being strong enough to have wisdom and knowledge as to how to move forward, right? Wisdom gained after struggle, wisdom that needs to be used, because otherwise we're going to just loop ourselves back into all this chaos and destruction. And that's exactly what this group of people, person, situation, individuals want you to do. They don't want you to be stable, right? They want to mess with your finances. They want to create some sort of, illusion around what you can and can't have, what you deserve. Maybe there's something around this that feels really unstable, unbalanced, etc. With this Two of Wands, 100%. We're having a hard time making it work is basically what it's saying, you know? And something around this is, you know, it is dealing, I do see a lot of Pentacles energy, right? 10 of Pentacles, yeah. So it is dealing with our financial constraints, our difficulties, the things that, you know, that make us feel supported, that make us feel like we can live our life in a way that doesn't have a bunch of fear and limitation around it. But, you know, sometimes, I mean, I've learned this value a lot, especially about money. It comes and goes. It's an energy, right? And we're always supported, even in the hardest moments when you don't have a dollar in your pocket. You know, it comes. And the more we can connect to that belief and that understanding, the less stress we're putting on ourselves. It almost feels like there's fear that, you know, this situation is going to take something from you, whether it is money, whether it's, you know, something that you care about very deeply, an idea, you know, a business, whatever it may be, right? But at the same time, Spirit is also asking with this Devil Tower card, allow it to fall apart. You don't have to salvage everything. You do not have to make everything, you know, valuable, so to speak, if it's not going to work for you. If it doesn't work, it just doesn't work, unfortunately, right? And a lot of this is about breaking apart whatever illusion we have been under, especially during Pluto in Capricorn. So the places that we have had to work out of, right? That we have had to go through severe backstabbing, betrayal, people, places, and things not honoring our heart, making us work extra hard for what we want, what we desire. The beauty is Pluto in Aquarius is a very life-affirming energy. It's the ability to tap into our wishes, our desires, you know, how we want our world to be. And I think this is going to be very difficult for people to accept, especially people that excuse me, are in your past energies with this King of Cups. This King of Cups, I feel, I'm hearing two messages. I'm hearing this is in part past energies, people who can't control their emotions, who are being triggered, who are all over the place, etc. But then this is also divine counterpart, right? Because we see this King and Queen of Cups coming through. And I feel like this beautiful match that's coming in for you that we've been seeing slowly creep up is gonna break apart some of these illusions as well. Some of these things that people from the past have wanted you to believe about yourself, about your energy, who you are, how you show up in life, etc. I feel like you do need some new fresh eyes, new fresh perspective, aside from what you've been dealing with. Yeah, because it's basically saying you're vibing in this dope Empress energy, you know, that you are a cut above the rest is what I'm hearing, a high valued individual. And the way that you present yourself and orchestrate yourself is really powerful because most people don't, right? And that's the beauty of healing and of evolution. When we try to be the best version of ourselves, we really step into this power, into this abundance. I love the Empress because she is about fertility and wealth and bringing, you know, what she wants towards her in a very natural and progressive way. It doesn't have to be all this hardship, all this pain, all this suffering, etc. And I feel like that's what these emotions want you to believe. You know, whether, like I said, it's just coming from inside of you or this is something of the past, it's very difficult to tune that stuff out, especially if it is like long-term learned behavior. So Spirit's just asking you to take a break. You know, maybe you need to get away for a couple days, a day, whatever you can kind of fit into your schedule so that you're not feeling so overwhelmed, because we really do have to rewrite the script, especially on how we're seeing ourselves, how we're showing up in our relationships with ourselves and also with others as well, right? But we all know that that relationship first starts with us. Who we are, how we see ourselves, the choices and decisions that we make. There's a part of you that is conflicted. For some of you, this new beginning might involve travel, a move, getting outside of, your normal day-to-day. And I think there's also a lot of fear around that. That might not be for everyone, but it is a lot of change and adjustment. And I hear that part of you that is a little nervous, like, is this exactly like it was before? Am I just making the same choice with the same type of individuals, people, etc.? It's making you feel a little bit uncertain, right? But that's where Spirit's like, get out of your day-to-day, get out of your headspace, take a break for yourself, reground, recenter. Yeah. So we've been getting double confirmation on this healing energy. We really need to set apart time for our healing, doing some intentional work, reflection, journal prompts, reading something that's inspiring, really exploring your heart, the places that you have been getting triggered. Healing energy surrounds you and the situation that worries you. Allow healing to take form. And often when we take a step back and remove, this need to make things look a certain way, more healing can come through, right? Because there are two different perspectives, and it is going to be, unfortunately, seen from those, and we just have to respect each other, right? It goes back to this compass energy. We don't do things in the same way as other people. So we got to give ourselves a little bit of love, grace, and, a little bit of buffer room. So and others as well, right? So we're not making things so hard and difficult. And that's what Spirit is really saying is the key. There's an issue or opportunity that needs your immediate attention. Act now before the chance is gone. Okay. So I'm hearing this as creating that space. I'm hearing this as kind of allowing yourself, your heart, your mind to settle before you make any of those decisions. I think a decision has to be made, yes, but I think it's also in this way of like understanding all the different parts of the puzzle, all the different pieces, right? Instead of just assuming or forcing your agenda or allowing someone else to force theirs. Spirit is trying to talk to you through these messages. The spirit world is trying to make contact with you to let you know they're supporting you at this time. So whatever fear, whatever doubt, whatever insecurity you're kind of holding on to me, it does feel like there might be some traumas of the past that's making it a little bit more difficult to trust in this situation, trust how it's going to work out. Don't avoid it, right? It has to be dealt with. I feel like that's also what the key was representing. To not avoid or pretend like it doesn't exist, because it does, right? It needs some acknowledgement. It needs some validation. Perhaps that's why, these outside energies are getting super triggered. But at the same time, I feel like it's about honoring you first, honoring the choices of your heart. Maybe you do have to disconnect from someone. Maybe they are too toxic, and you just need a little bit of space, right? And I feel like listening to yourself, listening to what is best, taking some time to listen to what Spirit wants you to hear and the directions that you need to go is going to be that much more valuable. It's going to make it way less difficult, and I think it's going to bring in a lot of healing energy. Obviously, that is our theme today, which is ironic because Mars is not very healing, it's very aggressive. So we're finding a balance in that dichotomy of how to still be assertive, take action without hurting or trampling on other individuals in our life, even if that's what they're doing to us, right? Even if They're going low. We go high. Sorry, I know I don't mean anything by that, but that's just what came to my mind. All right. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate your time and energy, especially if you've made it this far in the video. I'm sending you all the love, all the blessings to whatever is going on in your situation. Reach out if you would love extra support. I'm here, and yeah, I would love to help in any way possible. I hope you have a fabulous day. I will see you all tomorrow.